Have you ever felt like your mind isn't quite as sharp as it used to be, as if something is quietly slipping away inside you, and no one has told you the truth about what's really happening? Because right now, as you go about your daily life, five silent signs are quietly warning you that your brain needs help. And the shocking part is that most people ignore them until it's too late, brushing them off as normal aging without realizing that these subtle hints are the brain's desperate cry for rescue. And if you're over 50, these signs might already be whispering to you, waiting for you to listen before they grow louder and more dangerous. The first sign is deceptively simple, yet deeply unsettling. You find yourself walking into a room and forgetting why you went there, or pausing mid-sentence, searching for a word that's just out of reach. And while it feels harmless or even funny at first, this creeping forgetfulness is a hidden warning that your hippocampus, the memory center of your brain, is under stress, shrinking or losing connections faster than it should. And what makes it more alarming is that this subtle memory slip is not just about forgetting where you left your keys, but a clue that inflammation, blood sugar imbalances, or even early plaque buildup could be interfering with your brain's ability to retrieve information, meaning that every forgotten appointment, every misplaced item, is like a small crack in the foundation of your cognitive health that will only widen if left unchecked. The second silent sign is something most people overlook because it hides behind physical sensations rather than obvious mental symptoms. You notice that your sense of balance is subtly off, that you're stumbling more often, or feeling unsteady on stairs or uneven ground. And while you might blame it on your joints, your inner ear, or simply getting older, balance is deeply tied to brain health, especially the cerebellum and areas of the brain responsible for coordination. So every unexplained stumble or increased reliance on holding onto railings could be a secret signal that your brain's motor control and communication pathways are weakening. And ignoring this sign increases your risk not only for falls, but for cascading cognitive issues, because balance is an early overlooked indicator of neurodegenerative changes that start quietly years before more obvious memory loss appears. The third sign is hidden in your mood, and this one often catches people off guard. You find yourself more irritable, anxious, or withdrawn than you used to be, snapping at small frustrations, feeling inexplicably sad, or losing interest in hobbies you once loved. And while it's easy to attribute these shifts to stress or life circumstances, the shocking truth is that mood changes can be an early, silent sign of brain inflammation, neurotransmitter imbalances, or early degeneration in areas like the prefrontal cortex and limbic system, meaning that your emotional state is not just psychological, but deeply biological. And every unexplained emotional shift is your brain's way of signaling that the systems regulating joy, motivation, and calm are under strain, quietly altering your personality in ways that others might notice before you do. The fourth silent sign hides in your sleep. You're waking up more often at night, feeling less rested even after a full night's sleep, or experiencing vivid, disturbing dreams that weren't common before. And while occasional bad nights happen to everyone, chronic disruptions in sleep architecture are a secret warning that your brain is struggling to clear out waste products like beta amyloid, which accumulate more rapidly when deep sleep cycles are shortened or fragmented. And every night of poor sleep is not just lost rest, but a lost opportunity for your brain to repair itself, meaning that insomnia, restless sleep, or increased daytime drowsiness are not mere inconveniences, but hidden indicators of deeper neurological distress that need urgent attention before the buildup of toxins triggers long-term cognitive decline. The fifth silent sign is even more surprising because it hides in your senses. You notice that smells seem duller, that certain flavors aren't as vivid, or that familiar scents are harder to detect. And while you might not think much of it, a diminishing sense of smell is one of the earliest, most overlooked signs of neurodegenerative disease, because the olfactory bulb, the brain's smell center, is directly connected to regions involved in memory and emotion, and subtle losses in smell. Sensitivity can precede diagnosable Alzheimer's or Parkinson's by years, acting as a secret canary in the coal mine, quietly signaling that neuroinflammation or early degeneration is already underway. And ignoring this sign is like ignoring smoke from a distant fire, failing to recognize the early alarm before it spreads. And when you add these signs together, the creeping forgetfulness, the subtle loss of balance, the unexplained mood shifts, the fragmented sleep, and the fading sense of smell, you're looking at a constellation of warnings that your brain is not just aging, but calling out for intervention, for nourishment, for protection. And every day that these signs are dismissed as normal is another day lost in the battle to preserve your clarity, your independence, your very sense of self. But the powerful truth is that your brain is remarkably resilient if given the right support, and that even small, consistent changes, avoiding inflammatory foods, prioritizing omega-3s, staying mentally active, managing blood sugar, getting quality sleep, nurturing social connections can rebuild and protect the neural pathways that make you who you are. Because your brain is not destined for decline. It is waiting for you to choose to notice, to act. And the challenge is clear. Will you keep brushing off these silent signs, letting them slowly steal pieces of your mind? Or will you listen, respond, and reclaim the strength of your brain before these whispers turn into irreversible loss?